research, I ran across a poem that was written by that very prolific author, Anonymous. And it goes like this. I read this once before, maybe 5 years ago. I love this poem. I am the new year. I am an unspoiled page in the book of time. I am your next chance at the art of living. I am your opportunity to practice what you have learned during the last 12 months. All that you thought, all that you sought the last past year and failed to find is hidden in me. I am waiting for you to reach out again, and this time with more determination. All the good that you tried to do and didn't achieve last year is mine to grant, providing you have clearer intentions and fewer conflicting beliefs. In me lies the potential of all that you dreamed but didn't dare to do. All that you hoped but did not perform. All that you prayed for yet did not experience. These dreams slumber lightly, waiting to be awakened by the touch of an enduring purpose. Yes, I am the new year. So this is the last Sunday in this last decade of 2019. Yes, we are beginning a new, as you all know, but it's so important to me that this decade be filled with, before we even step into it, be filled with our vision, be filled with what we want to experience, not what we want to give up for New Year's. I never give anything up, really. You know, it's almost like a loss to me, so I don't give it up. You know, I embrace everything. You know, those things we don't want, we're going to get rid of today, because we're going to do something in this service today that lightens us, to move us forward. Because I want all of us to live our visions, and even beyond what we think we want, because there's so much more than we can ever imagine. So we're preparing for the new year this morning, and we set the stage for 2020 and all of its promises and all of its potential. But all of its promises and potential will remain unfulfilled and unexperienced unless we are actively involved in the process of bringing it into fruition. So there's something besides just thinking it. We have to follow the steps when they appear to us and for us. And today I want to set the stage to be actively involved in that process. And I'm not talking about outward activity. That's appropriate. But first, that comes later. First, the first thing we have to do is look within. What is the indwelling purpose within us? What is inside of us that is wanting to express? Because it is in there wanting to express. There's a life within us. And that life is not this human life. That life is our divine life. And it really, really, each and every person has within them this gift, this thing, whatever you want to call it, this life that wants to come forth and be expressed. And so life is lived from the inside out, as we know, but we don't always practice. We're human beings. So we connect with the infinite mind of God, and we use this divine creative power through our minds, through our emotions, through our feelings, through our very consciousness. We use it. And that is what we know as the law. That's God's neutral force. It's a neutral force of good. It's the doer of what God, this divine energy that we call God, for lack of a better word, it is this infinite higher power that wants to express through us, but God thinks it, and so it is. And in that so it is part, that's where the law is. that neutral force that just does. It's an energy, it's a force, and it does what we are thinking, what we are feeling. And the stronger our intentions, our vision, and the stronger our feelings are in alignment with that vision, then comes forth that the very manifestation of what we want to experience. That's how we create. And we call it the law of God, the law of God. It automatically acts upon what we are thinking and what we are feeling. We teach that in our foundation class and in our other classes soon to begin. Lots of classes coming up in the spring. So we're going to do some work today in consciousness this morning. And we're going to set the stage for moving into this new decade. How many of you like new decades as much as I do? Yes? Oh, good. Some people like that. As you know, if you didn't know, it's my new decade of birth, too. So it's, I love it. Every time there's a new decade in the earthly time realm, there is also a new decade in my life, because I was born in that kind of year that always has a new decade at the end of one. But, okay. We'll stop right there. You know what I mean. I'm so excited about it. I'm just so excited for the possibilities. But before the possibilities can come forth in my life and in your life, there are some things that we have to do. And we're going to do some of them this morning. So this is going to take your active participation and involvement, which I know you all love to be actively involved. When somebody says that, you never know what they're going to have to do. Sorry, I don't have you stand up and face people and talk to them and stuff like that. We don't do that. So have you ever heard, I have a story for you first before we begin that. This is a Mark Twain story of the jumping frog of Calaveras County. I know you've all heard of this frog. Let's talk about it today. This frog could out-jump any other frog in competition. It was just the champion. Nobody could jump higher than, no other frog could jump around, could jump higher than this frog. He was the champion of all champions until one day a stranger came along and opened the frog's mouth. And on the sly, he filled it with quail shot. It's like a metal. The frog heaved and hunched, but he was so weighed down he couldn't move. And so he lost to the stranger's untrained frog. In any race, we know that the athletes are careful to carry no more weight than necessary. We know that to win a race, we must travel light, that we must put off all excess baggage and streamline ourselves. Yet even knowing that we sometimes weigh ourselves down. We weigh ourselves down with all kinds of stuff by clinging to the mistakes we might have made instead of seeing them as lessons. We cling to that idea, we go over them, we worry about stuff. Do we not worry about stuff? We worry about stuff that hasn't even happened, but we worry anyway. This is all heavy energy. This is all heavy energy. Continually condemning ourselves for one thing or another. And we weigh ourselves down by doubting our abilities. We don't think that we can do certain things. And when the divine knows we're capable of everything. We weigh ourselves down by continually looking at the hurdles in our paths instead of seeing the finish line, seeing the end product, seeing what it is that we really want to manifest. We weigh ourselves down with fear. We fear this or that circumstance is going to go wrong or go against us. And you are not alone. Did you know that? Anyone else feel like that? Just me? I didn't think so, because we're all in this human race together. And if you're in this human realm, you're going to have these kinds of feelings every once in a while. Maybe not very often, but every once in a while, you're going to worry. You're going to fear. But it's always to remember, we can let that go and let the good of God, because all things are possible in God. These are not just words that Carol just read that we study here These are not just words, these are principles to live by. And even though, like the jumping frog of Calaveras County, we, even just like this frog, we are made of champion stock. Did you know that? We are creations of the divine, and as such, we are made of champion energy. That is the real truth of who we are. That is the real truth of. So this morning, I want us to take a hold of ourselves and shake the lead out. Just shake that lead out. It's been hanging, yeah, just shake it out. Yeah, they're shaking it out in the back. I want us to streamline that weighing down and just release it. I want us to accept again, refusing to accept any ideas of defeat. It's just, you know, when we really change the way we see things in life, we change the whole entire outcome, we change our feelings, we change everything. By just shifting our ideas of limitation, discouragement, any kind of lack that are holding us back. So this morning, we're going to do some releasing. We're going to, yes, allowing us to jump into the new year, just like that frog. Because we are champion stock. Ernest Holmes said in Science of Mind, it is necessary that we release all thoughts as well as things that clutter up our lives. We talk about cluttering the houses, our closets. I'm going crazy right now, literally, because I'm thinking this has to be cleaned out, that has to be cleaned out. But you ever know that feeling that you get when you actually clean out a space in your house? Like I cleaned out my freezer on Christmas, the day after Christmas, to make room for all the incoming new food that I knew was coming in because I bought it. There was nowhere to freeze it. And it wasn't pleasant to be around me at that point because I was throwing everything out with my frostbitten hands, but I didn't care. I felt so good afterwards. It was clean, and there was food in there from a year ago, maybe, I don't know. But we have tape now to mark everything. This is the way our minds are, with thoughts weighing us down. How we keep dragging them into 1 year, to the next year, to the next year. It's time today, at least, we're going to release a few of them to make room for the new. I'm going to, if you look in your bulletins and pull out the 2 strips of paper in there, the ushers will have baskets for later. Does everybody have a pen? Raise your hand if you don't have a pen. Okay, we have a few. Let's just take a breath. If you want to close your eyes, you may. Just take a breath. Take this moment to reflect and maybe identify what you would like to release in this moment. What do you have in your consciousness that is weighing you down? Some kind of fear, doubt, whatever it is. And if it comes to you quickly, write it down on that piece of paper. Just keep writing. You walked in that door, did you have something that was deep in your thought that you would like to release, let go of it once and for all? Write it down on that piece of paper. And remember, the once It's released. You won't take it back. You're making the commitment this morning through this exercise to let go. No longer dwelling on this thought or this whatever it is. No beating yourself up over it anymore. No focusing on it, no talking about it. No using it as an excuse. And now the ushers will come up and they will collect that one piece of paper, save the other one. Okay, let's just move that right along so we can continue. You can come back later to those who are not prepared. They have so much to release. I should have given you a bigger piece of paper. My mistake. If you use both pieces, don't worry, we have another one. We'll give you a fresh one. We're waiting for the ushers to come up. And we are going to dump them in this garbage can, please. All of them. Get them all out. No stuffed beliefs. All right. So these beliefs in here, the stuff in here, we're absolutely knowing that it goes into the nothingness from where it came. And I'm going to ceremoniously burn these this evening in my backyard, and I'm going to do a prayer of release. All of this is going to be gone. Okay? You let it go. I am going to make sure that it goes back into the nothingness by burning to little crisps of nothingness. And that smoke rises up into the heavens and dissipates. Okay? Now, we're going to move into embracing the truth. And so, okay, that's great. Thank you. So, repeat this after me. I know that release is magnetic.
I know that release is magnetic.
Through the act of release,
I
now draw myself to my own good.
now draw myself to my own good.
I release and let it go.
I release and let it go.
I let go and grow.
I let go and grow.
I let go and trust.
I let go and trust.
And so it is.
So it is.
So through the release, we've just created space, just like my cleaning out the freezer. We have created space. And so in that space, which is very, very important, now we can start to replace it with a spiritual truth, something we want to embody. So another great statement before we go into that by Ernest Holmes. The arms and hands represent our ability to grasp ideas, to uphold our convictions of the truth, to reach out and grab reality, to be a partaker, how about this, of the divine benefits. I like that. I want us to reach out and grab reality, grab human reality, to be partakers of divine benefits. It's not just benefits that we receive from the government, which aren't benefits that we know about. These surpass all benefits. These are divine benefits, and we're all entitled to them. And guess what? No one can take them away. No one can take these benefits away. So what are the truths then? That we're going to embrace. How about these for starters? I'm going to read some. I'm going to read them once, then I'm going to read them again. But I want you to, if something grabs at you, I want you to write it down. But I'm going to go through it a second time, so don't be upset if you don't get it right away. And you might have your own. Because I want you to be thinking about ones or something, what the vision that you have, the envision that you have for you to experience, for you to accomplish for yourself, not for anyone else, for you. It could be God is divine, right action, and limitless possibilities. It is the nature of life to express and to create. Spirit supports its own expression, which we are all expressions of Spirit. Nothing is greater than God. That which I desire in my heart is God's desire for me. Abundance is here and now reality. Abundance is my divine inheritance. In God, all things are possible. Money is God in action. God is my source. It's one I use all the time. I am an integral part of the body of God. A pattern of perfection lives at my core. Love is infinite. Love is infinite. I am perfect, whole, and complete. God is the power and wisdom that transcends all conditions. So I'm going to read them again for you to write down, and if something else pops up for you, write it on your clean piece of paper, because we're going to burn. These don't exist anymore. Let me just remove them from our site, because they don't exist. There. Okay. Now I'm going to read them once more. God is divine right action and limitless possibilities. It is the nature of life to express and to create. And you can put me, my in there. Nothing is greater than God. That which I desire in my heart is God's desire for me. Abundance is here and now reality. If you want to use the word prosperity, put that in there. Prosperity or abundance is my divine inheritance. In God, all things are possible. So in my life, all things are possible. This is true. When we really believe this, it's amazing the kinds of manifestations and experiences we have. Money is God in action. God is my source. God is my source and supply of all good. I am an integral part of the body of God. A pattern of perfection lives at my core. Love is infinite. I am whole, complete, and perfect. God is the power and wisdom that transcends all conditions. Anything that pops in your head too, write that down. Whatever it is, or they are, because you might have more than one, write down what comes to you on that second piece of paper, and that you will take this with you. You will retype it, or you will laminate it, you will hang it up so you can see it. There's a lot in that visualizing, of seeing the thing with the vision. Because it's not just our eyes that are seeing it, our consciousness is seeing it. And that's why writing down, affirmations or visions for ourselves is so powerful. Memorize it. So let that be the truth or the cornerstone in a new foundation for you. Something we've been putting off, thinking we couldn't do, couldn't accomplish, couldn't afford. I've proven that to myself through the years. Whatever I think I can't afford, it just, if I believe it's strong enough, it just manifests in other ways, but it always manifests in one way or another. A truth student, I'm going to finish all of this by closing it again with a reading. And a truth student wrote this many years ago. And it's called Truth is the Lighthouse for Your Soul by Corinne Hopman. What is truth? Truth is love of oneself. It's the ultimate reaction of the soul. Truth's beam becomes an eternal lighthouse, guiding the way for those who are lost. It will chart our way and pilot our struggles over the rippling waters until you reach your destination. Deliverance of thyself is the message that beam will send. Really? I wrote on a post on social media, acceptance and self-love. So incredibly important. Accepting ourselves for the beauty that we are. Because we are, each and every one of us, a beautiful, beautiful beam of light. Every one of us. So I wish for each of us a beautiful fulfillment this year. Manifested dreams, new beginnings, peaceful experiences, and relationships that are filled with love. So I say to all of us, welcome, bring it on. That's what I say. I don't even welcome it. I say, bring it on 2020. Bring it all on, because we are ready. We are students of truth, and we are ready to step into this new decade with our new vision and our new intention. We're ready to start manifesting the good of who we are, the love that we really are, and start expressing our divine nature. So happy 2020 to all of us. And so it is.